Thanks a lot, Steve. Well, the calendar may say that summer is drawing to an end, but your garden definitely does not have to reflect that. There's still plenty of time to pop in some color, spruce up those flowers, and who says so? Derek Thomas says so of Thomas Landscapes. How are you doing today?
Good. How are you, Claudia?
Doing very well.
Good.
Okay, so it's not the end of the road for the flowers. We still have time.
Absolutely not the end of the road. We still do have time, and particularly what's happening now, you know, August is the time of the year when a lot of people want to do outdoor activities and stuff like that. These are some great plants that are going to introduce color into that late summer garden, and whether you are a good gardener or not, it's going to make people think that you were. I mean, you know, there's some good reasons you want to fill in the plants this time of the year, because a lot of your spring annuals and perennials have started to die back. Things like coneflower and rudbeckia are wonderful ways to do that. The crepe myrtles in this time of year are actually showing off. They're having the best time.
They do look nice.
You know, plants like grasses. There's miscanthus. Look at this 8-foot miscanthus that we have here, and the plumes are just coming into bloom.
I guess, too, if you go ahead and put them in this time of year, hey, it's already there for next year.
Well, and not only that, as the garden starts to get a little bit peaked, you can introduce things like this caladium for those spots that are a little bit bare. There's things like the reed grass that is a wonderful, it adds a little bit of whimsy because it's got these really corkscrew-looking reeds. It's a hollow grass. The other thing about a lot of the late summer plants is that they are very drought tolerant. So things like this yarrow, once it becomes established, you're not going to be adding a lot of water to this, and you're going to be going green.
And this has a nice little touch of color as well.
It has a very, very nice slight touch of color. But more importantly, the other thing about some of the late summer plants are the foliage. Because we've got things like the ajugas, which are just coming into their own. So you don't have to worry about just the flowers of it all. You know, if you want, you can add a splash of color through the foliage.
And it'll probably, too, last until the early part of the fall. Be a nice little
until the early part of the fall. You know, in mid-September, you're going to be segueing with a lot of the chrysanthemums and stuff like that. But this is a way to get that garden looking good for those late summer entertainment outings. Now, if you really want to cheat, a lot of the garden centers have gorgeous annuals like this. And I want to thank Ed's Plant World for giving us our props today. And, you know, a beautiful lantana like this, you can plop this in, you can pretend that you worked all summer to make it grow.
Do you have to hide this, though?
Yeah, well, you can take it out of the pot. Yeah, absolutely. You know, you can get rid of that. But, you know, adding something like this after your daylilies, after a lot of your perennials are done, is going to give you that pop and that excitement in your garden that you need in the month of August.
Let me ask you this, though. This time of year, if you do go to the garden center, are you going to get some pretty good deals, or are these going to be at full price right now?
You're gonna get some good deals. You know, you have to look out, you have to look around. You know, a lot of the garden centers are offering 50% off on a lot of the annuals like this because they know that they've got to clear it out. You know, stay away from some of the perennials that are the fall perennials because they're just coming in, and even though they look nice, you know, they're going to be at full price.
All right, Derek Thomas of Thomas Landscapes. For all the details, just head to our website myfoxdc.com, and you know what? We link to your website, too.
Absolutely.
All right, back to you, Steve, in the studio.
Claudia, Derek, thank you so very much.